Ramble.
What's up, you naughty little possums? Welcome to Guilty Pleasures, the show that loves what it loves. Each week we talk about one of our favorite guilty pleasure movie or TV shows and invite some of our friends to share theirs. That was a sentence. Today we're going to be joined by Lana Condor to talk about Netflix's Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah.
But first, hey, how's it going? I'm Zach Kornfeld, joined by Kelsey Darragh and Garrick Bernard. Yo, dudes.
What's up?
I am in such a saucy mood because I just finished rewatching. So I feel like sexy. I feel fulfilled. I feel really like go myself. And I'm so excited for this because Lana is talking about Lana. You know what I mean? There's a crossover here happening.
Yeah,
I didn't realize.
In the show.
Oh.
Yeah. Rick just realized, huh?
Well.
And so did Lana.
Lana.
Well, I'm just going to be straight up here.
Oh, God.
I have not watched
Garrett,
the show.
what the fuck?
I did not watch it. I did not. I didn't have enough time.
But Garrick told us that he didn't have a chance to watch it, and he said,
I wanted to come on and hang out with Lana.
Yeah.
Why not?
Lana attracts
So
the
I'm
crowd.
here. I'll be the emotional support. Yeah, I will be the emotional support. I won't give it a rating or anything like that. I'll just be here, just vibing, just chilling, you know.
Perfect.
Real quick before we get into it, a little bit of follow up from last week's episode, Baby's Day Out. I failed you guys. Normally I'm here for the fun facts, and it turned out there were the funnest of facts that I had no idea about. First of all, there was a video game made for Baby's Day Out that was canceled in which you played an angel protecting babies. That's fucking crazy.
Can I just say that is like
that's
that is
dark.
the fourth thing we have fucking manifested from this podcast.
100%. Well, it gets better, Kelsey. This movie, Baby's Day Out, was and is to this day a worldwide phenomenon. I did not know in India, Baby's Day Out is one of the biggest movies of all time. Like people were all up in my DMs being like, Baby's Day Out is our Titanic. Like this introduced a generation. So I just want to say like shout out to our international followers who have educated us. You have brought so much joy into my life teaching me that. Wow.
Well, it kind of weirdly ties into what we're talking about today with Too Hot to Handle, because Netflix does this thing where they have shows, the same version of it, but in different countries. And so like as soon as I was sad Too Hot to Handle was over, I found like a different version of it in Brazil and
there you go.
all these other places. I'm like,
yeah, and you just learn how to read subtitles.
Yeah, I'm really good at paying attention now.
Let's not delay another moment because everyone who clicked on this episode is like, fuck you, bring on Lana. And they're right. Joining us now, you know her from Netflix's To All the Boys I Loved Before, and honestly, so many other cool things. Please welcome to the show, Lana Condor.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Hello.
Hello.
Honored. When I say honored, I am honored to be here.
No.
And I've been waiting for this moment to show you. I have my Zydeco t-shirt.
Shut up. No.
I have my Mission Chill, and I got a little heart because I love you guys so much that I steep my tea with the heart. So Zach, you created a brilliant
Isn't
product.
it?
My God.
It's so good, actually. I'm not just saying that because he's
so
my
good.
friend. I texted him 2 nights ago and I was like, I need more Mission Chill, please. I'm out. I'm out.
When I tell you that the one thing that I got myself for Christmas was the hot box, I am not lying.
You are my
I wanted the
favorite
hot
fucking
sauce
person.
and I wanted the tea, and that was it.
This is a moment for Zach. This is a
I can't
moment.
handle this.
I don't know if you can see this, but Zach is crying.
Yeah. I don't know how I'll pay you back.
Swipe up.
Lana, it's so great. I feel like we are meeting now for the first time, but it feels like meeting a friend. I don't know why or how. Maybe that is just the power of your acting. Maybe it is the fact that we've like gotten a DM back and forth a couple times. But it's so lovely to finally actually meet you.
It is so weird when like all of our industries are very much like just watching each other and listening to each other. And so when you finally meet like in person, you feel like you've already have a relationship with that person. It's very interesting.
Well, because you also dabble in the YouTubes, Lana. Like I was just on a phone call with my manager. I was like, I have to switch over. We're actually interviewing Lana Condor, and she was like, oh my gosh, I love her YouTube. And I was like, she is on YouTube.
You guys, it was very much like when the pandemic hit, it was like, what are we doing with our life? How can I express myself? So I just went to YouTube in a blind frenzy.
Do you like it over here, or are you like going to stay in that more traditional, or are you like a double dipper?
I think I mean, I like it. So far, God, please don't strike me down. So far, it's been a great experience and people have been kind. So that's, that's a win.
Yes.
But I'm the type of person, like, I can't read comments. Like, if I go down that rabbit hole, like, we're done.
Yep.
We're not getting out of bed.
Nope.
So far it's been good. But we'll see.
Oh,
We'll see. And also, I know we're talking about Too Hot to Handle from Netflix. And literally the moment I logged into this, I was like, oh, Netflix is my boss. Yeah. Am I going to get in trouble for this? But I'm ready. Let's go.
I was just going to say, this is kind of like a big deal if, realizing that you're a fan of the own platform that you're on, but also like, oh shit, are you gonna get in trouble? Are we good?
I know, I'm having mixed emotions. But you know what? I do, Netflix, you've been good to me, but I have thoughts.
She's got thoughts.
And I have things to say about Too Hot to Handle. Starting with what? So I'm ready.
Just what? Period.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I ask at this point, what have you brought us today? You brought us Too Hot to Handle. I'll give us a synopsis in a second, but I just am curious, like, this is a show that you do love, right? Okay, I want to make sure. Okay. Why? What about it? Why do you love Too Hot to Handle? What is? And you can be very
pleasure.
Mile high with this one. We'll get more specific.
So, when you're kind of like standing at the edge of the cliff and you're like the air is like, the ocean breeze is just like wafting over you and you're feeling excited, but you're also like, it's a little dangerous.
Yes.
And you feel kind of like that's the feeling. That's what I love about Too Hot to Handle. I think there's something amazing about a show that's kind of been designed to make you cringe.
Yes.
I think there's something really, like, as a producer, you guys would know, like, it's really tough to kind of, I don't want to say manipulate, like,
but it is.
But it is. Like, that's what they're doing. And it's so hard to create a show based off of making people kind of feel cringy.
Yeah.
And, like, you're kind of addicted to watching it. And so, I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was, I think because Lana is the AI and I am Lana, I felt I felt represented,
Yes.
I felt seen.
Yep.
And then I love watching, it's the same way I loved watching Cheer. I love watching shows that these people have no idea how big it's going to blow up.
Yes. Absolutely.
So I like to see them before they blow up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, girl, I got shit to say about that, where they are now. I know you are probably keeping up with this same.
Can we start off with that? Because I have a lot of thoughts.
Well,
let Zach do his zaddy thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Zaddy Zach. So if you have not had the pleasure of watching Too Hot to Handle, it is a dating show with a twist. You have, I don't know how many, a dozen or so super hot, horned up singles on an island together. But if they can abstain from all sex, physical touching, making out, heavy petting, etc. for an entire month, they will win $100,000. Every time they break the rules, a little bit of money is taken from the pot, and it is all in the guise of them learning commitment and how to be better people.
To love themselves.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, it's been a year since I watched this show. I did refresh it, but that's kind of the gist. You got a bunch of super hot, horny people who want to fuck all the time, but can't. And in that, frankly, is probably the most brilliant premise I've ever heard.
Imagine the casting call. Imagine.
That was my first note.
Yeah.
That was my first pleasure, was the casting directors deserve an Emmy.
Nailed it.
Right.
I basically...
It's like, hey, are you hot? Do you like sex and stuff?
Are you
Come on down,
so full of yourself and think that you can fuck anyone at any moment? Notice.
Yeah.
Well, listen, there's a fine line between, I hate it when hot people pretend like they don't know they're hot, right? Like, I like that these people just fully own it and are like willing to admit that they have sex every day with different people, and they're like, yeah, I'm a hoe, what about it? I don't give a shit. Like,
yeah, they really own their shit.
Yeah, and I love that.
On the contrary,
Rick,
I like it when I like when hot people don't admit it at all and just ignore it.
Then you can swoop in when they're a little broken and insecure.
And be like, hey man, I'm over here. You look great. Don't worry. No, but I think I like it when people are just like, oh well, cool, I'm attractive, but there are other things about me. I like
Okay, you're telling me it doesn't piss you off when Chris Evans is like, oh, me? I guess I'm attractive. I don't know. Just
no, not the bashful thing. No, because that's corny. It's like, come on, Chris Evans, look at your job. Yeah. But what I'm getting at is just like, yeah, but I'm also a philanthropist. I'm Captain America. It's very cool. Like, I get to act. It's awesome. Blah, blah, blah. He's not talking about him being handsome at all. It's just like, oh,
there's more to him.
Anyway, I'm off the topic. This is Christian camp. It's just Christian camp, and it's just them taking that premise and then being like, yeah, let's go with it with like the sexiest people you've ever seen.
I wanted to rewatch the pilot and the season finale because I wanted to get like where I felt in the beginning and where I felt in the end. And my number one pleasure, besides casting, which was brilliant, was that twist not being introduced to the characters. So the contestants come on not knowing that they're not allowed to fuck. And I don't know how many times I'm going to say the word fuck in here, but like
a lot.
It's who I am. I'm like bone. I don't know. But the reveal,
the intercourse of the show, they were not allowed to do penetrative acts with each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, they also couldn't masturbate, which I thought was kind of cool.
That reveal was just
How?
But,
okay,
so all the coverage of each, we're gonna call them contestants. The coverage of each contestant when they find out this earth-shattering news to them that they cannot have sex is so priceless. And I also just love the idea that when they're doing the intros, they're walking in fully believing that they're about to have a summer of sex.
In
just
bikinis.
Not,
They're walking in bikinis
and then they're
and heels.
It's like giving a kid like candy and ripping it away from them. Like it was
Summer
just
camp.
Brilliant. It was cinema, you guys. It was so good.
Cinema.
And Lana, I bet you can agree with me on this. Like, you're never wearing a bikini with heels unless you're trying to have sex. Oh, there is no way I am walking.
In none scenario.
Yeah.
What?
No scenario are you doing that. And they've committed to their platform heels and they're going at it. And the guy, something I didn't realize was like the mics, because I've always wondered on these like reality shows where everyone's like naked and afraid. Great example.
Yeah.
Their mics are on their little necklaces. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But imagine if you
think
didn't look...
Survivor was the one who not patented it, but started it first. It's in their like little puka
like for
shell
someone
necklaces.
like me that already has a very round face, that would be devastating to my image because like I've never looked good in puka shells. So I saw the exact same thing, Lana, where I was just like, I could never. I'd rather clip it to my fucking nipple underneath my bathing suit than ever wear one of those chunky microphones.
Right.
Necrophone.
It is though.
That's a new
the
word.
moment you're talking about, they basically, I think it's like half of the first episode, or maybe 3/4 of it, allows them to just live out this fantasy. So you're watching them all blindfold making out with each other. It is very clear they all came for STDs. That was like their main goal for the summer.
Which is fine.
Mono.
No shame to STDs. We all have had them, right? I forgot I'm from Florida.
There's like
no
dead
shame.
silence.
Just crickets.
Uncommon Goods is a gift-giving website. No, it's a home decor website. No, it's a place for fun. Well, honestly, you kind of just have to check it out. Uncommon Goods is an online shop filled with unique, totally unexpected gifts. And with Mother's Day coming up on May 9th, mark that down, remember it, I know you forgot. Here are a few of my favorite gifts that I found on their site. 1, a Ferris wheel hummingbird feeder. I love hummingbirds. They make me so happy. That's not a gift for my mom. That's just for myself. It reminds me of a carnival, but for birds. I got a New York Times custom front page puzzle. So I got the day that my mom was born. I got the front page of the New York Times, turned it into a puzzle. When you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. Love that. They don't sell products made with leather, feathers, or fur. It's a Brooklyn-based company that's all about giving back. With every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they'll give $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $2.5 million to date. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/guilty. That's uncommongoods.com/guilty for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, they're out of the ordinary. I think it is important to talk about the show in the context of when it was released. And it was frankly a pretty dark time in all of our lives. Did you watch this when it first came out?
100%.
Yeah, week 1.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of the perfect, in my opinion, it was kind of the perfect release date because I felt like everyone, if my memory serves me, it was at the top of the pandemic. Yep. Everyone was really inside. And I felt when crazy things in the world happen, I'm the type of person that immediately needs to disassociate and go to a different reality. Yeah. That's why I'm so obsessed with like VR because it's like the only way that I can not combust. Yeah. And so I think like I was so afraid at the top of it. And so when the show came out, it was kind of just a way to truly get, myself out of the current reality, which was not a great one.
And Netflix has really become that bitch. Like, remember it used to be, I mean, Lana, you're a lot younger than us, but remember it used to be MTV that had this stuff, this sort of like mindless, not necessarily feel good entertainment, but just feel distracted entertainment.
I call it's laundry TV, right? It is it is made for you to be doing something else. Your brain, it can be there. It doesn't have to be. It's almost like it's the potato chips of television. And there's such a comfort in knowing like there's no nutrition here. And I'm loving every single fucking bite, baby.
Yes, Zach. Damn. Great comp.
Crazy.
But like, hasn't Netflix become like the new, I mean, I'm not just gassing up the company because you're here, but like, hasn't it kind of become the new place for every theme and genre of TV? Like they by far have the best reality shows out right now between this, The Circle, Love It First, whatever that one was.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Tiger King.
Tiger King. Wow.
Tiger King came out at the exact same time.
Yeah, that's like a billion years ago. You're so right.
Right.
I mean, and they do like docuseries very, very well. They're just, I think Netflix is just, it's that whole streaming wars. They're taking over and we should all be afraid and also excited.
Yes, that's how I felt watching it.
Do you guys feel like it mirrored the pandemic the most, where it's just like, oh, here are potential mates for you, but you can't get close to them because you'll give them a deadly virus and it'll cost you $100,000 in our society.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I was like thinking about that. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty in line with the pandemic.
And now you're even talking about the money, right? Like that was a big piece of the show, was that anytime someone broke the rules, Lana, the AI, whose eyes are everywhere, which I have thoughts on that.
I have thoughts on that too. They for sure could get away from it if they just put her down.
Exactly.
Anyway.
You should like unplug her, right? That's all you had to have done. But that money being taken away from them anytime someone broke the rules was supposed to be like the biggest deal. A kiss was worth a certain amount. Heavy petting, which whatever the fuck that is and means, and whoever came up with that phrase.
What does that mean? Does anyone know?
I think that's like some British goofy shit.
Can I just say what I think it is? It reminds me of like if someone has pubic hair, you're petting it like a cat or something. Like heavy petting is your
don't bring that in.
Yeah,
heavy carpeted petting. So is that what you're getting at?
That's all I can think about.
Heavy petting is like when I hear that, I'm so uncomfortable. It's like the equivalent of like when you read a script and like when it says post-coital, that drives me off the... I'm like, that is the equivalent to me as heavy petting. And I'm just so uncomfortable.
We're canceling them. We're packing
it's the
them
same
away.
the same oi in moist. It's like, yeah, you heard it right. It's like,
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
Oh,
Heavy
but my favorite
point.
part was like about the money being lost every time someone broke the rule, which spoiler alert, they did. They lost. They lost $25,000 of their. Oh yeah, did it go down to 50? But then they gained it back, right?
They lost.
Yeah,
half
because
of
somebody
their money.
didn't.
Which split,
which is hilarious.
Between 10 people was only like $5,000 a person.
It's like, okay, so, all right. Oh. No, we'll get to that in the bills.
I did enjoy the format of that being like, okay, I thought the idea was healthy for audiences to see. And you bringing up a great point, Rick, like especially during the pandemic, it was like we're forcing ourselves to look deeper at our relationships, get to know someone before fucking them. And what is it worth to you to like, are we treating sex like pennies? And I think we kind of do.
Yeah. I was moved when they were when the girls were looking and appreciating their yonis, and when the guys were all hugging in the ocean, covered in mud. I was moved. I felt like I was very emotional when the guys went on there. Like, there's an episode where the guys are like talking, like they write their insecurities or things that they've been called like on their bodies, and then they go wash it off and they spear things. Like I felt like that was really beautiful.
I didn't expect that.
It got pretty adorable towards like as it went through. Granted, okay, I'm so sorry. I have not watched the show. I watched clips.
You watched YouTube clips.
Several,
but
very deep.
But you're in.
Clips.
Know more than you're letting on. Garrick is like, I didn't watch it, but my favorite couple, and oh my god, this moment.
Yeah, right. No, I know a good deal. Like I see my girlfriend watching it, and I'm just like, oh, nice. I like this show.
Yeah,
and I like tune out.
Because you don't expect
but it does ask a couple important questions, or it's just like how valuable is money really, to you? Because they got pretty supportive towards the end, where they're just like, okay, I don't want you to sleep with this person, but if you just kiss them to like affirm your feelings for them, go for it, man. If you're trying to get deeper in this relationship, I don't care. It's $3,000?
Yeah. $3,000 a kiss.
Money well spent.
$6,000 for a blowjee. $20,000 for the full coital, as Lana would say.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious to hear, like you're talking about the bro moments, like even David and Sharon, like David had a crush on Sharon's girl and then backed off because he's like, you know what, bro, you go for it. What a move. I want to talk about some of the characters.
Kind of beautiful, man.
And I'm curious, Lana, who is your favorite?
I wanted to talk to it. So it was David and Sharon.
Yes.
They were that's their names, right?
Yeah.
As I was preparing myself to be on your lovely podcast, I was thinking I should bring up that friendship, because that's a
important
good friend.
Yes.
That is a good friend. And I kind of felt like, personally, I was like, I really like David. I feel like you're a better person than me.
Yeah.
But who's my favorite character?
Are you saying that you
question.
would, if your friend and you had the crush on the same person, you would not be as strong a person, is what you're saying?
Yeah, no, I'm snatching it. I'm taking it fully.
Oh yeah, no, he's mine. Yeah, we're just gonna have to figure it out.
Good dick is hard to come by. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like, man, he should be. Also, another thing we could talk about is how the hell are they going to do a season 2? Whatever. But my favorite person.
I know.
I loved Chloe just because I thought she was so unapologetically herself.
Yep.
Like she owned herself completely.
Yes.
She never,
Wait.
Lana, have you been watching The
Yes,
Circle?
that's what I was just going to ask.
No, I haven't.
She's on
She
the
is on
second
The Circle.
season of The Circle.
She's on the second season.
I don't even know what The Circle is.
Long
What are you talking about? You got to watch it and come back. Garrick, take it away.
I feel like we should just stop this recording and go watch The Circle.
Come
together.
on over. Yeah. We're gonna all cuddle up and watch
fully
The Circle
vaccinated
together.
over here.
The circle is the competitive catfish, where you are just trying to socially get people to like you enough to not eliminate you. You do not see each other. It's all through text. Some people are catfish. Some people aren't. Chloe is on it. She is playing as herself because people know her. You're going to love her even more. Killing it. She's great.
She's even better now.
The whole show is trying to get people to like you, so you don't get voted off.
Via social media. So it's crazy.
And you're stuck in a house, so you guys are all living in different apartments, and you never reveal your identity until you either get voted off or make it to the end.
It's
Girl,
like
when I tell you,
but with the
I
winner.
have instant anxiety hearing that.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's great.
You are going to be busy
really
for the next 12 hours because there's already a season 1 that's out and finished, and you're gonna fucking fly through that and hit season 2 with
skip to season 2. I would skip to season 2 because season 1 they were too cute and too nice. Season 2 they're like, all right, there's money involved. Fuck everybody, and they're
glad to hear that.
On each other.
But coming back to your point of favorite characters, I think fan favorites obviously were Harry and Francesca as cutest couple because they just looked like a millennial or Gen Z Instagram couple.
I'm gonna throw down. You think they're the super villains of the show?
But they're everybody's favorite.
Oh, because they keep sleeping with each other.
So
well, they got the money back.
Yeah,
right?
they were rooting for. They were the most rooted for couple easily.
So, okay, they are definitely the main characters. You've got, Chloe, who we talked about, she is self-described very stupid. That is her character trait.
She's grown sense.
And she grows, and it's very adorable to watch her. Harry is this hottie Australian. God, I'm blanking. Francesca is a Kardashian-esque Instagram model coming into the show, and they cannot keep their hands off of each other throughout the season.
What they were doing.
They lose
because they're too hot.
But Francesca, they hook up on the first night. They lose money. Then Harry blames Francesca, throws her under the bus. Francesca makes out with another girl to get revenge on the whole group. Then they get back together, and Harry's like, here's some rules for you to be with me, which was fucking bullshit because Harry was the bad guy there.
Okay.
And then they just keep losing everyone money, and then they still win at the end.
For them.
I was rooting for them.
I feel she lost me the moment she was like, I make this much money anyways, off of one social post. So
I
what's
don't care about
the big
the
deal?
money.
And I was like, this is communal money. This is not just for you.
Yes.
Everyone gets a piece. What are you talking? So that really, that made me feel like, but again, I couldn't stop watching her.
Yeah.
So
and I should clarify.
If that's the case, give it away. This is the same,
growth.
wear your mask.
Yeah.
It's communal.
And I should clarify.
It's not about you.
When I rant against her, I should clarify. She is a perfect supervillain, and every reality show needs one. And she wears that crown with gusto. I mean, she is conniving. She is manipulative. She is out for herself. Francesca,
the hot brunette.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She looks like a Francesca. Like nobody else looks more like a Francesca.
Yeah, like a Cruella type guy.
And then, sorry to get back to your original point, Kelsey. Harry and Francesca have ultimately won because their Instagram followings have skyrocketed through the roof.
But then now can we talk the ultimate pleasure?
Hell yeah.
Post show, they did break up. Whatever, who cares? And she is now with a woman. They
also broke up.
They broke up.
Oh well.
What? I follow her on TikTok.
I was so happy for her. I mean, she's just like, God, yeah. Her and her, I guess, ex-girlfriend now. Beautiful creatures.
And Harry hangs out with Tana Mojo and shit now. Do you follow them on Instagram or TikTok? Because I
try not to.
Oh, not me. I'm not above that shit. This is my ultimate pleasure. Are you out of your mind?
All of this goes back to more gripes on the show. For one, give them more money. Make it real. Make it $2 million. $2 million, life-changing amounts of money. And I the whole time, this will get weird, but when she was like, oh well, the punishment is $3,000 because of your transgression or whatever. I just wanted, right after that long pause, the punishment is death. We're gonna kill you. You're gonna go out. We're gonna get carted off and shot in the street or something crazy.
You're saying dark. You wanted the stakes to be higher? Is that
I needed the stakes to be higher.
Like it needs to either be death or money.
Yes, or hella money. I'm slowly pushing it to a scripted series, obviously.
When is the last time you read a book? If you're like me, you probably have a New Year's resolution every year to read more, and every year you fail. Well, what if I told you there is an easier way? Yeah, I'm talking about Audible. You can listen to audiobooks, my dudes. Just like you're listening to this podcast right now, you could have a book in your ears. Audible, of course, is the leading provider of spoken word entertainment all in one place, so you're not just getting the largest selection of audiobooks. You got podcasts, you got Audible originals, they've got a huge catalog, and it is all available to you right now. And their newest plan, Audible Plus, gives you full access to their Popular Plus catalog. You can listen all you want to popular audiobooks, original entertainment, and podcasts. And when I'm saying they've got some good audiobooks on there, there's one you may have heard of, a little book called The Hidden Power of Effing Up, written by me. That's right, I will read my book to you while you are on the toilet. That is a promise, that is a bond. So if you like what you're hearing and want to give it a spin, visit audible.com/guilty or text guilty to 500-500. That's audible.com, AUDIBLE/guilty, or text guilty to 500-500.
I did my research just now, and Francesca and her girlfriend broke up 4 days ago.
Wait, you guys, let's say something really nice about Francesca right now, because it's like she's kicking a dog while she's down. Girl, you're hot. And you're good job. You're the star.
You're very funny on TikTok. I love her on TikTok.
Very funny.
She's like always leaves the first comments on things. Very funny.
You have more followers than me. Way to go.
What a compliment, Zach.
She's doing it.
You are an incredible villain, and I appreciate the entertainment you brought me in the early pandemic.
Okay, can I tell
we should appreciate villains more.
Can I tell another pleasure?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of talking about what Lana was saying about the workshops throughout the episodes, I thought were really awesome because it was so unexpected from a show that is branded as like, watch these people struggle not to come, and then boom, they hit you with these very vulnerable, very intimate exercises. And they actually bring in Shan Boody, who has been in a bunch of BuzzFeed videos to talk about sex and intimacy, funnily enough. When she came on screen, I was like, I know that bitch. And she comes on and it's just like this amazing, progressive self-love teacher that I think actually was the best parts of this show was seeing these like stereotypically hot, like fucking chiseled motherfuckers kind of break down. And that to me was the point of the show, was hot not just the struggle.
People too.
Exactly.
I think hot people need to see themselves as people too, and not just hot. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry to cut you off for that.
It's about the emotional boner. That's what it is.
There you go.
That's what the exercises were about.
Yes.
I felt, like I said, very moved to see them talk about their insecurities and grow, and they all seem to really get along, which I liked.
Yeah.
Like I felt like they were all good friends after the show. How could you not be? I think like if you're, I suppose, I don't know how they shoot these, but I suppose just about everything about that person by the end of shooting.
Yeah, no phones. Those producers took away all contact to the outside earth. And that's what I think we forget about these shows is that the producers have, again, you say manipulated, it's kind of a wrong word, but it kind of is true. It's like they structure these shows in a way where everything is accelerated. So when Francesca says she's like in love with Harry after 2 weeks, it's true. Like all of us would feel that way if we were taken out from distractions of everyday life and put into this situation where you had no choice but to fall in love.
This podcast every week, I fall deeper and deeper in love with you guys. It just
it does suck that once they get back to society, the dopamine drip is gone, and it's just like, everything just comes rushing
not
back.
For Harry.
And then you just,
I hear he's staying in like an $11,000 apartment up in the hills right now.
Oh, I'm talking about love.
Oh.
I'm talking about the relationship.
Never mind. He's getting hit with that serotonin every day, if you know what I mean.
He comes out and he goes, maybe I'm exactly hot enough to handle.
Yeah.
That's his takeaway.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I
Guys,
don't think
I have-
he changed.
No, there's a list of people on the show who changed and those who doubled down, and he's on
Have
the
only
other-
gotten worse.
Yes.
Right.
Guys, I have a favorite character, I have a pleasure, and I have a story.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
We'll sit back.
We have not talked about my absolute favorite part of this show, which is Bryce. Bryce.
Oh, how could you forget Bryce?
So Bryce joins the show, episode 3. He is a man. He lives here in Los Angeles. He lives on a boat. He sings, and I want to like.
Of course.
These are real people we're talking about, and we are talking
Yes.
about them in the context of a reality show that manipulates them to look a certain way. But everyone on this show is chiseled fucking gods, and Bryce is a normal man.
He's just one of us.
Like, he's not good looking, but he's just a guy, and it's very funny when he comes in. But here's the kicker: when this show came out, my fiance Maggie had COVID, so I moved out of the house for 2 weeks because I'm immunosuppressed, and I was staying in an apartment complex with my best friends. My best friend, I won't name her, but it's my best friend's partner in college, hooked up with Bryce on and off repeatedly.
Oh,
they were together. So we knew
Was
this
it
show was
on
coming.
the boat?
It was pre-boat.
Okay.
Oh, it's
not as
pre-boat.
exciting,
Okay.
but still very insane.
But very.
It's still pretty cool. What if
Yes.
this led to the boat?
Whoa.
What if
It could have been.
What if the fucking dog sent him off the edge of the dock and into
the
a boat,
earth, yeah,
into
off-
a water
off
vessel?
the ground.
So the story there is that after college, his parents were gonna like give him money to move out to LA. I think I don't know. And he's like, no, instead, I want a boat, and that was he did it.
And
but
to-
Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice
Yeah.
to just tell your parents, no, I don't want to go to. I want a boat,
Wait.
and they just
Yeah.
give it to you.
Can I do Kelsey's exposing corner for a second? I have this little bit where sometimes I expose celebrities just because
okay,
of
we'll
things
put a
I've
pin in
heard
my
on the
story,
street.
and we'll come right back.
This will be very quick. We share a mutual friend who's a YouTuber who went and did a tour, like a house tour of his boat pre Too Hot to Handle. And it's not even his boat. He just rents the slip.
No.
He rents the slip where the boat is housed by somebody else. He's just paying.
Oh, no.
Like, I think it's like $800 to rent the slip of the Marina Del Rey fucking place.
Oh man,
Cheaper
this is
than
gonna
rent
be
in LA.
brutal for him.
Way cheaper than rent in LA.
Well,
Yeah.
Kind of a smart play.
I'll bring it full circle. So I got to watch this entire show with my best friend, and we were waiting for Bryce. We were laughing about Bryce because, like, she's like, "I fucked that guy," and
Oh,
it
my
was
God.
a true delight for all of us. But now, my best friend, whose long-term partner slept with this man, Bryce is on Cameo. And so I have made it a yearly tradition we send each other. I sent Eric a birthday message from Bryce. He sings songs on his piano, and then
my God.
Eric sent one to me, and then his family sent it to each other to congratulate when his sister had a baby. Bryce. So we've paid Bryce, I want to say, about $200 now to send messages.
That's
on
like
our
almost
behalf.
1 month's
That's
rent.
a low Cameo rate. Also, like, what is it, like $20?
Mine's only 10, and I feel like I don't know my own worth. You know, they say know your
have
worth
a
and add
Cameo?
tax.
Raise that shit. What the fuck?
I'm
You
like,
have to raise it.
please,
You're
somebody
better
to-
than Bryce from Too Hot to Handle.
Thank you, Garrick.
I mean,
that's
do you
the
guys
nicest
remember
thing.
his introduction?
How could you
His
forget?
introduction to the show was like, they were doing his interview, and he was like, yeah, well, they were like, when was the last time you had sex?
Oh,
he was like,
last night.
last night
At the hotel.
And I'm like, but did you really?
get
And then
confirmation?
he's playing. Oh God, that was one of the like I have a nightmare. Like you know when you try and deliver a joke
Oof.
and there's just nothing,
Crickies.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you feel it in the air that you missed.
Bombed.
You just bombed. That was him playing the piano,
Yes.
singing, and the coverage on the other contestants all just like staring at him like in silence as he's feeling
Oh,
himself
my God.
was just like I felt humiliated for him.
That's
what
what always hits whenever like when you do stand up and then you see other performers who are like musicians or whatever, is that you see them play their music and it could be bad, it could be good, but the feedback isn't there. So they can just believe whatever the fuck they want. They can believe that this is good. Yikes. They can believe that it's thought-provoking. If you don't get a laugh, you are doing poetry. You suck.
Get out of here.
You're corny. Get off the stage.
But isn't it crazy that he actually like found a connection with Chloe for a little bit on the show, which Garrick, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about because you didn't watch it. But I
love Chloe, so
he finds kind of a miniature connection with Chloe, our fave.
I'm actually going to do you one better. Dip into the fun facts from the end of the episode. Bryce and Nicole, who is the girl that you're like, which one? Because they barely show her on the show.
She was Irish. Irish,
yeah,
right?
she's Irish. She's just there the whole time. They start dating after the show.
But she's always the friend. She's the friend. Wait, what?
Lana's very upset about this.
I'm not kidding. Look, I wrote their names down, and next to Nicole, I wrote pointless.
Yikes.
Wait. To play the devil's advocate for Nicole, she was the friend to all. And there's always, in reality television, there's always like one person who isn't controversial, who's just like always kind of trying to just give advice. I was rooting for her because I felt like she actually seems like a pretty cool girl.
Yes. She didn't need to be on the show. She was good. She was like really level-headed.
So they're dating now?
They were, and then they broke up.
Oh, PR.
I'm so deep into the gossip.
Has there been one win?
Yeah, has there been anyone that lasted? No, of course not.
Of course not. Do you guys want to round out the cast real quick? We'll do lightning round. There is the girl from Florida who made me think of Kelsey.
She's
even
bisexual blonde. Me. They really did us proud.
Objectively one of the worst humans on reality TV. But again, that's how the show framed her.
Yes.
Kels, the accountant, who I think the show did dirty because he kept in his pants the entire time and got nothing more for it.
Good for him.
He should have gotten a bonus.
Even though he's like probably not a great person. I don't know. I can't tell with any of them.
He didn't really
open up. He is beautiful.
Yeah, he's hot
from
like fucking stone.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I got into some fights. I want you two to settle it for me. To me, Kels was the hottest guy on the show, and my friends were like, "No, Harry's so hot." And I'm like, "That child."
I'm gonna tell you,
Harry.
I'm gonna settle this right now. And Lana, I bet you fucking agree with the exact same thing I'm about to say. Harry is a little boy. Kels is a fucking man.
He's a man.
Fucking man. You want to like cuddle with Harry? You want Kels to fucking stand. Oh, you want him to pick you up by the butt cheeks
and throw you.
Yes, and like throw you around the room by your ankles and throw you on the bed and whisper in your ear. You know he knows how to make love. Harry knows how to jackhammer you until you're fucking like, I want to go home. Kels looks you in the eye when you fuck. You know?
I mean, him saying no to Francesca and just like staying true to himself was the hottest thing I've ever seen. Like it was so powerful. It was so powerful. Here's my thing. I heard a theory about the Harry, about why people think Harry is attractive.
Oh, go on.
It's because he's tall.
Oh.
I heard a theory where it's like if he wasn't that tall, he wouldn't be considered that lustful.
How tall is Harry?
I think he's like
6'4".
He's tall.
He's like 6'5". That's hot.
Whoa.
He's 6'5".
Instant hot.
That's 100%. That is it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
When you're that tall, you're either goofy looking and like unbalanced, or you're fucking hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Right. But if we took away his height, would he really be?
He would still be. He would still be hotter
the
than
naughty
he
possum.
Really
I
never
don't know.
showed how
I think he'd be just a little baby face.
We are critiquing him in the context of super hot people. He would still be so much hotter than me. He's still gorgeous.
He's still not gonna fuck me, no matter what his height is. So I'll just go to my corner.
That does bring up a guilt, though, which is like the show wonderfully reveals how bad at pickup lines hot people are. They're just hot.
Oh, they have zero game.
They have no game.
All.
It's unbelievable.
It's none.
Yeah.
None. Because you do not have to show your personality when you look like Adonis.
Like that.
Like why would I develop a personality?
Harry tries so hard to have these catchphrases. His first line is, "What's up, you naughty little quesadillas?" What the fuck is that?
When's the last time you heard anybody say quesadilla?
No.
If you're not going to like Taco, just genuinely just walking down the street.
The first thing he said to Francesca, who eventually became his fiance for a very brief moment in time, was, "Hello, you dirty little possum."
Does that do it for you guys?
No.
Does that do it for you?
Is there a language, cultural barrier or something like that? Because if you call me a possum, I'm fighting you. I'm beating your ass. I don't care how tall you are. We're fighting.
But it's all of them. Sharon is a nerd and an adorable nerd. He is not cool at all. And that makes him cooler to me, is that he's just such a dork. But none of them are good at flirting at all. Oh, Jesus, we didn't talk about that guy. The guy who was Jesus. But like,
Jesus.
He had no game.
None. He did not want to fuck anyone there.
He was so horrible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand his purpose of so similar to you, Zach, like I know of someone who worked with Jesus.
Oh,
I don't know his name, so I'm going to call him Jesus.
It's Matthew.
Worked with Jesus. Matthew. And he apparently, though, he's very much like that in real life. Like he wasn't putting on like a bit. Like he is kind of
that person.
Dumb, like a little like ditzy, maybe a little, but because I remember watching him, it was hard to watch him and realize he doesn't have any like game.
Honestly, that was my one guilt. I really didn't have many. My one guilt was the Lana thing being like, just fucking unplug her, and also we didn't need an AI bot. We could have had like a funny host like Michelle Bantu on the Circle, which. Lana Bateau? I thought it was Bantu. Oh, well, she's fantastic. But the other one was about the people like Matthew / Jesus, like the Irish girl, her name being Nicole. I thought they could have easily let those people go potentially with like a prize. I know they did let Matthew go because he wasn't excelling at all there, but I kind of wish they would have replaced those people with like more spicy characters like the Harrys, Francescas.
Yeah, weirdly, the people that came in, because remember there's 3 new contestants that came in. They didn't really do
nothing
it for me.
They came in too late. I was like, it's too late. We have zero emotional investment in their story arcs. We've already known these people forever.
They come into the second to last episode. There's no time. By the way, the one man who comes in at the end who has a brief thing with Chloe and then she shuts him down. He looks kind of like a bad boy Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if that's too niche for this, but anyway, I'm going to put it out there.
I get that. I
couldn't stop thinking it.
Oh, wow.
I was going to say like a bad boy Riddler or something like that. Like if the Riddler was hot.
He does look like that guy. And weirdly, the Riddler.
Yeah.
My Google game is very fast and strong here.
How do you guys think how the producers came up with like how much money per act? Like what was their, how did they
That's a good
come
question.
up with that?
That's a funny conversation in the writer's room of like, but how much is your blowjob worth? I mean, are we talking 2 hands? Are we talking a girlfriend experience blowjob? Because that is completely different.
I'm asking if it's like to completion or not, because there should be something tacked on for if it is. Because if I'm stopping, $6,000.
That's a very good point.
$6,000. $6,000. 7, maybe.
Honestly, if you stop in the middle, I think that deserves money added into the pot. Because that's the hardest restraint. You're in it.
That's a hard part.
Listen, as coming from experience, I did, when I worked at BuzzFeed, I did Michelle Carre's video where we didn't masturbate for 30 days. And it was the hardest, no pun intended, thing to find a outlet for that stress. And I think, again, that's why I like the concept of this show, because it makes you realize like how we deal with stress. It's like we grab a drink, people grab a blunt, we have meaningless sex. It's like it really did force you, but I think I could have done it even longer. Like once you hit a certain point, you kind of plateau and you're like,
Right.
I've found a new way of dealing
We need to
with
talk
stress.
about this. You are definitely, Kelsey, you are the furthest on the horny scale, I think,
Oh, thank you.
of us.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, I don't know Lana like that, but I'd have to
I don't know. She's somewhere on the scale.
Yeah. But show the neon.
Oh, you mean this bad girl?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
But I need to say, I do not think it would be hard for me to be on this show. I'd be like, all right, cool. Like, I could do it. I think I've done it by accident. But I was single for a long time.
Because it would be easy for you, you wouldn't be featured on the show.
Ah.
You would be like,
You wouldn't
off to
get
the
hired,
side.
Zach.
You wouldn't get hired. You wouldn't even get past the first round.
I'm hot to handle.
Oh no, that's not what we're talking about.
I'm too hot
That's
to
not what we're
handle.
talking about. Hey,
No
hey
one
now,
can handle
that's not
this
what we're talking
hotness.
about.
That's not what we're
1, 2,
Oh,
3.
you're not coming.
None of you can handle how hot I am. You don't even know. You don't even know.
Oh, you need to be on the second season. Who cares that you have a
Go be on the
fiance?
second season.
I would be.
But you can go be on the second season and be like, listen, I have a fiance. This is actually very easy for me.
Yes.
I'm just here to stir it up.
There you
You
go.
could be the villain.
You could,
Oh my
you
God.
could be like one of the pointless Nicole /
Yeah.
Matthew ones.
I'm in
Not
season
saying
2.
you're pointless at all.
Here's how it goes. It's season
Yeah.
2. Guys, welcome to Too Hot to Handle. You can't make out with anyone except for Zach. If you want to, he's there. Fair game. And everyone's like,
And he's just over there chilling, putting on makeup,
That's just
I don't
like,
know.
hey,
lipstick,
guys.
getting fucking ready.
Everyone's like, I don't know. This is pretty hard. I don't know what to do.
Bitch,
Yeah.
you do not bag a
And
you do not bag
you
a
have
hot
your
bitch
own-
like Maggie without being a stunner yourself. Shut up.
Of course.
Hey.
Of course. You have your own like little bungalow and your legs are
A
crossed
palapa.
and you're fucking
He's
fucking
constantly
ready. You're
reading with like the sunscreen on his nose, like the zinc. And he's like, anybody?
I skip out on the retreat because I'm like, oh, actually chronic back pain over here. But can someone do sunscreen on my back?
Do
I
you
haven't
have
shaved
any-
the back in a while.
Do you have any gluten-free sandwiches?
somebody super horny, super hot, coming to the door, knocking. Your legs are up. They're kicking, going to work, whatever. You read your little book, and then you just look up, and you're like, "So it's come to this."
And that's $10,000 easily out of the pot.
Yeah,
Done.
Add it to the pot.
You're worth
All right? Every
at
time you
least
sleep with
10K, Zach.
Add it to the pot.
Netflix, you got my number, or you got Lana's number, and she gets mine. How come no one masturbated on the show?
Do you think they did?
Do you
I
think?
don't think they could figure it.
Because if they're
Like,
they're not
figure it out.
allowed to have the cameras in the shower to where they can see, and I
Yeah.
think there's something about toilets. But then on the circle,
Right.
they have them where the toilets are.
They have them like pointed at the shower, but not where the toilets are.
But on the circle, you can see the toilets.
You can see the.
Yes, I look at them
I'm
all
so
the
sorry.
time, and
I
I'm
didn't know
always
that.
looking in it to see if they left any rings or
Yeah.
anything, or if there's any like fucking poop.
Gosh,
left
I
over.
have to watch this.
Lana, I am
I have to watch
telling
this.
you,
That is crazy.
You are going
but
to
can
lose
you?
your
Okay,
shit.
so is there something against filming someone in the bathroom or filming someone using the bathroom, like on the toilet or something?
Oh,
like that?
probably.
I have a
Like
feeling.
pooping?
Yeah.
Like pooping. Because
I mean,
can be
you
on the
wonder,
toilet.
like, you wonder. God, I feel like this is a tricky conversation to have because I'm not trying to get in trouble, but I do think that like you probably sign. I'm imagining the contracts that you sign to
Got
be
it.
on a show like this.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
wait.
Does give away.
Oh yeah, Lana, what was your Netflix
You're
contract
right.
like? What was your Netflix contract like?
Also,
Tell us, Lana. Tell us.
I feel like nobody wanted to get caught masturbating because it's so looked down upon. So they're just like, no, I'm not gonna be the one that get caught jacking off in the bathroom.
Right, and how much would it cost them?
Oh, was it more than fucking
$1,500.
self?
Well, here's the thing. We talked about that before. $3,000 for kissing, $6,000 for a blowjob, $20,000 for sex. And I didn't chime in before, but the producers did say they wanted to make it affordable for the people to fuck up because they wanted them to fuck up. They wanted
Right.
good TV, right?
That's good.
So that was a
producing.
debate with the producers. But like, I want to know what the other things would cost. What's a hand job cost?
Not as good.
Right.
Not as good.
I mean,
the same as masturbation.
yeah.
something that was
Good
really
point.
intense was when Lana would expose them and say, someone here lost the group X amount of money. But I thought, interesting, she wouldn't say.
Yes.
If my memory serves me correct,
She
wouldn't
calls
say
him
it.
out.
She doesn't call them out, and I don't think she says what they're being fined for.
So
does she?
So she does say what they're being fined for. And there was only one time. There was only one time where she said who it was, which I was like, producers, you pieces of shit, you're breaking your own fucking rules. Like, they called out Francesca and Haley for kissing.
By the way, though, this show has no rules. They kick out a character for no reason in a flashback. They introduce new characters. They let people leave. At the end, they split the pot between everybody. This show, balls to the wall, don't care. Let's see some hot people be stupid.
Just a side note, I forgot that I have a friend who's a showrunner on a very popular TV show, reality TV show, and I asked her, I said, hi, I have an insane question. On reality shows, can you show someone pooping on the toilet legally? And she said, honestly, I don't think so, but we have legal teams that comb through the show, so considering I've never seen it, I imagine it's not legal. But that could also be that literally has never made a scene on the toilet, because usually cameras aren't placed where toilets are. Like, they're usually in the bathrooms, but not the toilet area.
That's what I was like figuring, because it's always pointed at the shower.
Right.
It is it's got to be a standards and practices thing. And then there's got to be some kind of federal law against having cameras in the bathroom.
They also don't want people having places of the house that they can go and be secretive, like have private moments.
I wonder, well, now you have to ask yourself, when the contestants need to use the bathroom, do they have to go to the sound guy and ask them to turn off their mic?
I do that all the time on set. When I'm going to the bathroom, I say, hello, sound. I'm about to pee. You're welcome to listen if you'd like, but here I go. Wee! Right. And then I scream wee the whole time, because that's how I pee.
Right. Perfect. Love that. Thank you for that.
You're not a shy peer at all.
My friend also said that one time in their episode that they had a girl shit on the floor.
Nice.
And I just asked for a little bit more detail on that shoot.
Yeah, please.
Is your friend the showrunner of Bad Girls Club? That's
no, but
I feel like that's where we're going.
I've got some fun facts.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I've got one, because I've kind of burned them as we've gone on. Actually, two. So first, small. No one was paid to be on the show. That's something that people are surprised to learn a lot about reality TV. Like on The Bachelor, no one's paid to be there. Not even like a day rate. You are there.
What?
Yeah, crazy, right?
Oh my God. So that gets rid of my guilt, because I was gonna say, aren't they making more on appearance fees to be on this show? More than $100,000.
Nope.
Like just split between all of them, it's probably more.
Okay, but listen,
crazy.
hear me out. Hear me fucking out. I think that is okay, because if you are entertaining enough, your social media in the next 6 months post any of these reality shows is going to pay you what you should have gotten.
Yeah. And that was actually, our boy Bryce was on a podcast and said that was literally pitched to him by the show. You're not going to get paid, but don't worry, you're going to make it all back from Instagram.
I don't think I follow him on Insta. I must find him.
That's pretty, I mean...
That's shocking.
Smart.
Well, I guess, it does
shocking.
make sense, because it's like, if you're hiring, someone who's never been in the industry before, I'm assuming they're not in SAG, they're not in a union. Like, I guess they don't have to.
They legally don't have to.
Right?
And you think it's going to be on an island with fucking free booze and shit. I'd go.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't even drink and I'd go. I'd be like, I just want to go for the hammocks and lays.
Yeah.
Again, Too Hot to Handle, Season 3. I'm here. Everyone can kiss me. It's going to be called Exactly Hot Enough to Handle. In an interview with People, producer Charlie Bennett said that he and his colleague, Laura Gibson, they were inspired to make this show by an episode of Seinfeld called The Contest, where the characters make a bet, an incredible episode with one another. How long can they go from self-pleasure and heavy petting? Too Hot to Handle,
that one away.
Inspired by Seinfeld. How about that?
I never watched Seinfeld. Please don't drag me. It wasn't
okay, thank God you said that, because I was like,
okay.
Don't drag. I know.
No, Lana, that's totally fine.
For you.
You are too young. You're not too young, but it's gone. It's out of that range.
Yes.
You don't have
But
to.
Kelsey,
Kelsey,
you should be fucking ashamed.
Fucking dare you.
What is that? Ding! Lana has a message for us. Not you, Lana. The other Lana. Oh, there's a surprise at the end of this episode. Why?
What?
I believe I told the story about how I like to buy cameos from people on this show. And I may have dropped another $50 to do just that.
No!
Oh, God.
Producer?
Oh, God.
Producer Miles?
Lana? Gosh, I know someone named Lana. Happy birthday. Your BFF Zach told me it was your birthday and told me you were a big fan of the show. And
No, he's not
a
going
big
to say
fan
he's
of
not
music,
gonna say.
and it happens to be my type of music. So I'm gonna play a little song
He's
for
on
you
the
for your
boat.
birthday.
He's on the
Also
fucking
hear that
boat.
your boyfriend Anthony looks a lot like me, so number 1, good for you. Number 2, good for him.
I said your boyfriend looks like Bryce.
Oh, God. No, he's not going to. You're not going to make me sit here and. Oh, God. Ew, he looks over at the camera.
Be young and in love and in New York City.
How does he do the whole song?
Wait, is this Taylor Swift?
No.
No, it's love.
I watched an interview to find out one of your favorite songs.
This is iconic. This is iconic.
I like me better.
It's the look. I like me better when I'm with you.
Is this your
How long
favorite
is he
song?
committing to this,
He doesn't
Zach?
sound
It's only
bad.
20 more minutes.
I stay for a long time cause I like me better when
You paid $50 for this?
Yep.
Oh my God! Oh my
That's
God!
where our
You're like
advertising
Lana.
money
You're
has
like
been
Bryce,
going.
you gotta check out some of my music on my Instagram. Well,
And a
it's
little
not but it's on
Instagram plug
Spotify
for
and
Bryce
Apple
at the
Music.
end there.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Lana.
Wow!
Happy birthday, Lana! Happy birthday!
Wow, that was so thoughtful, Zach. The way that I have a lot of emotion right now. I feel a little violated, but also really, I feel very grateful
Yes.
that you thought
Yep.
to do that.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yes. Yes.
When is your
There's no
birthday?
gift receipt on that one, so you just have to have it.
My birthday's May 11th, so
It's coming up.
Wow, it's close.
I
Yeah.
nailed it.
It's close.
I beat
Wait,
everybody
does that make
to
you
it.
a Taurus?
Yes.
A hard worker in the house.
Well, also loves material possessions.
Ooh.
So has to be a hard worker to have said material possessions.
Know thyself, sis. Love that for you. Actually, happy soon to be birthday.
Apologies to your boyfriend who's going to have to top that gift. I don't know if you heard, but my favorite line of the video, by the way, thank you, Bryce, for that lovely piece of art.
Wow.
He said, I heard that your boyfriend Anthony looks just like me. So first of all, good for you. Second of all, good for him.
Wow.
I apologize
Yes.
to Anthony for all of the jokes that I made earlier about the IT stuff. He's a hero.
This is going to be very
in my eyes.
This is going to be very traumatizing for Anthony. I'm going to get off this. I'm going to get off the show and he's going to be like, Lana, that was just really hard. People were roasting me. There was other guys involved.
Oh, this is a safe space. We love Andy. We love him. Oh my God. LOL though. Man, what
So-
a ride. Zach,
so-
wow.
That was good. That really made me so happy. That was a gift for me, really. Lana, this is the point of the show where we have to kind of start to wrap up our feelings on Too Hot to Handle. So we're going to give you a moment. We're all going to decide, is this show a pleasure, a guilty pleasure, or just plain guilty? But really, this is your moment to sell it to the audience. Why should they watch this show?
I'm realizing, because I honest to God, have not talked about Too Hot to Handle this much in my life until this moment.
You're welcome.
But I'm realizing everything that's coming out of my mouth. I think I love the show. Yes. I think it's a pleasure. Like
Yes.
I think the positives are outweighing the negatives.
We
for
said
me.
zero. We said
Yeah.
zero guilt. We said like one guilt. That's the least amount of guilt we've ever had on this show.
So Lana, why do you think people should watch it?
I think people should watch it if they, like you said, how did you say it? It was like, you called it like
Potato
popcorn? What did you call
chips.
it? Potato chips. I
Yes.
think if you're really just trying to like truly not think about your reality, I think I think if you're trying to escape reality, watch the show. I think if you know, I don't know, if you want to see bonding, emotional bonding, watch the show.
Yeah.
If you just want to like watch hot people, watch the show. If you want to, I don't know, if you want to, God, if you want to feel like, because I can't help but watch a show like this and be like, but what would it be like if I was on?
Yes.
Like, you know, you can't help but kind of
Wish
imagine, like,
fulfillment, for sure.
you just, I don't know. It's thought provoking. Okay.
There it is.
Show
Okay.
it.
All right.
She said, I mean, I
It's
have to back
philosophy.
that up. Yeah, it really, it weirdly plays into the stigma of itself while completely breaking it down too, surprising you along the way.
Yeah.
It's a fan it's made for fans. It does what the fans want. It kind of it did what I wanted it to do before I could even like jump off my couch and say it. And so for me, girl, I'm giving this a straight pleasure. This is the new version of reality TV where we're making hot people humans. Would I like to see a little bit of body diversity in the next season? Absolutely. But for what it was during the pandemic, like Garrick said, I think it was exactly what we all needed. And for that, it's going to be a pleasure from me, dog.
I think for me, I will give it a guilty pleasure just because it still has the trappings of
the whole thing.
It's a trashy show, but that's why I love it. You know, it has the narrator making snide jokes about the characters while we're watching the characters. But next time there is a once in a lifetime pandemic and shutdown, I'm gonna tell you what, there is nothing better. I have such thankfulness in my heart for this show and the dark place it lifted me out of to just laugh at hot, stupid people. You know, thank you, Too Hot to Handle. Thank you for that. It just
So I think what you meant to say was it was a pleasure for you.
There you go. You got it. And Garrick, you're not going to give it a rating because you haven't watched the whole thing, but are you going to watch the show?
Oh, big question. Big question.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No. I probably won't. But I will lie to Lana and say that I will. So there you go.
We're too busy watching
So we
The
can talk about
Circle,
stuff.
right, Rick?
We're watching The Circle.
We got to watch The Circle.
The reason why I can't go back to watch it is because I feel like reality TV shows live and die by their zeitgeistiness.
Yes, agreed. Yes.
So the ability to talk about it. So if I went back and watched
Will
it
you
now,
watch season?
and I go to
season 2.
I'll watch season 2.
There
I
it
will watch
is.
season 2.
We're
if
gonna
it is
have to
season
have
2.
Lana back
Yeah.
when we dissect it and know what
Perfect.
More importantly, will you buy me a cameo from Bryce for my birthday?
Yes. That was not a question for
Exclusively.
me. I apologize.
Lana, thank you so much for joining. It was such a pleasure. We kept you long because we don't want to let you go. Is there anything you would like to plug?
Well,
She's like, no, I'm a movie star.
no.
You know me. You know what I'm doing.
She's like,
don't worry
plug?
about it.
What's that word?
Yeah. Sure.
Hey, everyone, go download Netflix if you haven't heard of it.
Right. If you haven't heard of
No,
it.
I'll plug here. I'll plug
Oh,
Make sure, and it tastes extra exciting if you have like a little heart steeper.
There you go.
You know, live your life. If you're a tea person, even if you're not a tea person,
Yes.
try it out.
Hell yeah. I'm sending you the
that's
biggest care
friendship.
package money can buy. Let me tell you what.
That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I'm like, maybe if I say it enough, he'll send me more.
Gosh, that's funny.
Yeah, I think that's. I'm doing a show. I'm shooting a movie. In a month,
Cool.
about space.
Whoa.
Which will be really fun.
Scary.
'Cause I feel like space is in film and television. I think if you try and tackle space, it's either really good or really bad.
Yeah.
Like there's no true
Totally.
in between.
Totally.
I can't think of like it's so tough to do. And so I read the script and I was really excited about it. And actually today the press release came out Cole Sprouse from Riverdale. He's gonna be my co-star. So we're gonna do a movie about space.
Yo,
Zero Gravity. It'll be so fun.
That is a young adult crossover that I don't think people realize they fucking needed in 2022. Right. I'm assuming it's coming out next year.
Wait,
right?
Did you like see the way that all of us went breathless when you said space? We're like, oh yeah, we leaned
I mean, doesn't
forward.
it just sound so cool? Like,
yes.
like shooting in zero gravity. How are we gonna do that? I don't know, but we're gonna find out.
Damn.
So I'm excited. Hopefully it's not gonna be one of those really bad space movies. Hopefully it'll actually be good. We will find out.
If it is, guess what? We'll review it here on Guilty Pleasure.
Perfect.
Garrick, where can they find you?
Oh, tell him,
Garrick Bernard on all of the things.
Did we do it already? Is this the
know.
second time we've announced that you finally got your handle?
Yeah, this is the second time.
Okay.
This is the second time.
Sorry.
I don't remember. We
shoot
shoot things out of order.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's just celebrate anyway. Yay, Garrick got his Twitter.
Garrick finally got his actual name on the actual social media.
Oh, huge.
Yeah, big deal.
Yeah, big deal.
Fuck whoever was keeping it from him.
Yeah, it was just somebody with like 2 tweets from
not the worst.
2016.
I had to buy mine from a girl. I gave her $50. So joke's on her, bitch.
Okay.
I would have paid a lot more. Kelsey Darragh, whose last name isn't even Darragh. Anyways, that's where you can find me, is Kelsey Darragh on all the things. What about you, Zachary?
I'm at Corn Diddy. You can follow me on my YouTube channel, Lana Condor. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Lana. You gave me a plug. I wanted to give you a plug.
Yeah, go check out Lana's YouTube channel.
Making some very good music. You are too talented in too many ways, and it's kind of upsetting. Get off of our turf. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know what you thought of this movie or the show below. What do you want to see next? And bully Lana until she comes back to do another one. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.